Everybody's here. I'm
Mhm.
assuming so.
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
I'm
Everybody's
sorry.
here, including the link bot.
Yep, I'm just getting the music loaded up because
I'm
it
still
takes a
narrowing down
second.
my final spell.
Okay, all good. You have.
That's why I asked the question I did, because I'm like,
Uh-huh.
if it could affect, then I might choose one just for the flavor, but if it's not going to affect, then I won't.
Yeah, also, just keep in mind, I am recovering from a very nasty cold, so...
Oh, dude, all good. I've had this, stomach bug this week, so it's not been fun.
Also,
Alrighty.
Drusus's last thing that he'll have seen is Boop trying to save him from himself.
So, because of the nature of what happened last session, Drusus can only give one last recap, and it was between Bloop and Drusus. But I was going to give it to Drusus, if you're okay with that, Bloop.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna fight me for it. Okay, no.
Who's there to fight? You don't exist.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna give a recap now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Drusus, what have you done?
I like to imagine that for this recap, it's like ethereal Drusus, right? Just kind of floating in this empty white space, partially there, partially not. Like really, just and he's just thinking about what's happened this last little bit. Today they were on the ship. He had finally nailed down a plan for Tristari, getting her where she needed to be so that she could start her own life free. He'd actually just finished recording a video for her because he's not good with saying things to people's face. So he was going to sneak it into her stuff. It's actually probably still sitting on his desk in his quarters. He lined up some merchandise for everyone so that we could, get some stuff, sell the stuff, have funds to start Tristari off, and maybe do some repair, put some away for future repairs in the ship and get whatever else anyone needs. And he felt confident, like he was prepared. Drusus just knew that everything was going to get better from here. So finally, he had a direction, which is something every pilot needs, a direction to go. And so he's just smiling as he's floating, and I feel like he's not all the way present in this moment. And then it's going to hit him. And he just goes, oh. All right. I attacked me. And I was stupid enough to kill me. And he's just going to think, man, I have tried to kill myself so many times over the past 10 years, and I was never successful. And he's just going to think about how ironic it is that not only was he the one to kill himself, to end his life, but that he accidentally misunderstood how time works and this knife works that he got from one of himself, and what Titus said. I guess he's realizing when you kill yourself to gain the power from yourself, I guess getting it from someone who claims they're the past version of you, which doesn't make any sense because I never attacked myself. That makes no sense. I haven't even done that yet. I was going to kill the rat version because all his people are dead. That would have made sense. Instead, I get attacked by a other version of me who somehow knows more about time than me. Maybe no, I would never listen to myself. That doesn't make any sense. And he's gonna realize he's gone. And that he misses his friends. And he's gonna miss them. But he's like, well, I guess if you're not in time anymore, and if they're gonna forget. It'll be fine. It's only been they've only known me for a few. We haven't even known each other that long. It'll be fine. You know what? Maybe Aurella's wherever this nothingness is. Maybe this is good. All I've done is get in the way. I'll be fine. They'll be fine. It'll all be fine. And I feel like maybe it'd be getting foggy. Thought's not really there. He just knows they're gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine. The ship's in good shape. It works. They have a course mapped. They even have the deal set up. They'll be able to get everything taken care of on their own. I mean, Arvad didn't even set it up. E1 did. There's no one better at sticking to the rules, on the words, on the paper, on the thing, than E1. So I guess he'll just do one last thing since he's just drifting away in whatever this is. He'll reach up with his left hand and, like, you know, it's one of those leather pilot caps. He's just gonna squeeze it off and, you know, let that drift. He's gonna let his hair be free, and he's just gonna go, yeah, you know what? And he's gonna say this aloud. He's like, I'm done. I'm good. I did something good for once. I did it. And I think with that, Arvad's just... he's done.
Alright. Almost done. His story is close to finished. As we are going back just a few minutes for our audience members who love viewing us and was confused why there wouldn't be any continuity between last session and this one. I was panicked, and so we're going back just a minute so we can make sure Jesus gets a proper send-off. But Bloop, before you walk off, you all are gathered around Jesus' body. Flamel and E1, you are both frantically trying to keep Jesus alive. Stitch back all of his wounds that are opening up. The worst of which is the spot in the leg where he had previously been stabbed with the void knife, and the stab to the chest where he had just been stabbed by the void knife. So Kaka
Void
and then
knife or time knife?
void knife.
Okay.
Those are the worst wounds. Jesus, you've given your final thank you to Flamel. You all notice that there's this sphere of energy that is around each of you, or not around each of you, that's just covering this dome that covers you. Around you, the glassway is not completely in shambles, but is breaking apart due to this paradox happening in a timeless zone. Pieces of glass and metal are shattering on the ground and shooting into the air. And as they would be entering into this vicinity of yours, as soon as you can kind of see this fine grained barrier, almost looks like a thin layer of sand, is protecting all of you. As those pieces of glass and metal hit it, they instantly slow down, and you can see them starting to move in towards you, but they're just moving micrometers at a time. You could just Bloop, you can sense there's movement happening, but it's very, very slow. As new material is introduced to the dome as these moments are passing by. There is a sense of peace with each of you. And you feel a little bit of rejuvenation happen as these sand particles are gathering around each of you for but a moment, outlining you in your person, just settling on your skin and your clothes. Not thickly, but just lightly there as they're being absorbed into you. You can feel this strange push forward as time is accelerated within your body, allowing each of you to level up. The death of a time caster has helped you move forward. I'll have all of you roll a perception check. Bloop, you get to roll this at advantage.
Oh, and we normally don't get advantage. Okay, what is my new perception? I think my new perception is plus 12. So. That's a 23.
Cool.
Wow, I got a nat 1.
Oh,
I'm too distraught to perceive anything.
okay. Ewan.
Oh,
So,
not 20.
So good for you, Slunda.
Linda, Ewan. Drusus, you'll see this of yourself, and Bloop. This dome fills with this bright light as standing at the head of Drusus, you see this golden silhouette. Looks a lot like Drusus. This golden energy siphoning from his body and funneling into the silhouette. You can kind of see some facial features of him. Any last words, Drusus?
Is this for everyone or just those who perceived?
It's for everyone, but just those that perceive are going to be able to hear it.
It was fun. Thank you.
Jesus, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you immediately, well, this is like your silhouette, your spirit, essentially. You recognize the touch of your Rella. The rest of you can see another fainter silhouette of a woman forming, being split off from the energy leaving Drusus, forming its own. And you hear this woman's voice. Thank you for taking care of him. Keep doing what you need to do. And then this blinding light comes as you see a very large head of a man. This incredible presence, very powerful, fills the bubble. Energy and light are abundant before, with a breath, they disappear. Drusus, you fade off into this area where you give your final. It's kind of like the timescape, but it's just this void of nothing. You can see sands just being removed. You give your final words through your recap. And in the moment, everything feels well. But in your last final moments, what seemed to be stretched out very thinly, there's this overwhelming sense of dread and panic. Everything is not okay. Everything is not good. This isn't the end for you because there never was an end, because there wasn't a beginning. There's no place for your soul to go because it never existed. And all at once, the memories of your past, present, and futures collide into one, and you see an image of the one that caused you to be sent back. The one that has always brought all of you back to the moment you met. You were the one that if something didn't go right, could bring them back here and could try again and again and again and again, and you no longer are there to do it. And everything is gone. There's no black, there's no nothing, there's no you. The rest of you outside, frantically working on Drusus. Nothing is changing, nothing is healing. His body is still there. This separated area of space is there. Flamel, you are viciously trying to help him.
Could I attempt a spell?
Yes, go right ahead.
Alright, that's
It's called undo. No, I'm joking.
Control
I am.
This is everything. Like I said, I only have one spell left, and that's the character sheet I printed out for tonight.
Oh, it's called Preserved Specimen, and it basically puts the person in a form of, like, stasis.
Okay.
One targets one living, willing, or unconscious creature. So, like, seems like he's probably dead, so it probably won't work, but this is what she attempts in the moment.
Roll a d100 for me, because it is a little different, and there are some different rolls here in the glassway. The timescape. Sorry, the glassway.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what is glass but sand?
What sands?
What
That's
stands
the
for
glass way,
non-believer?
but a tempered timescape.
Spoilers, excuse me.
Oh,
Not quite, but you know, it's the space where nothing, the void meets time. So
right.
yeah. All right, Slinda. What does this look like as you are casting this on Jesus?
I think it looks like shock and just trying to push into, sort of making a bubble with her hands.
Okay.
Trying to halt this.
Okay. As you were trying to preserve and halt it, there's this thin bubble. You have that sandy bubble already around you. A smaller one begins forming around Drusus. I'm trying to remember. Is it top right that deals with the future?
Yes.
Okay, top right hand glows quite bright with this. You feel this burning on your skin as it's happening. Some of that sand that's just there in the air is permanently attaching itself to you. As you shift the sands around, coating Drusus in his own little bubble. And you get this glimpse of, as long as Drusus stays in the glassway, his body will remain. But if taken out of this bubble, the stasis that you've created for him, and out of the glassway, he would no longer
Exist.
Mhm.
Okay.
Flamel,
Yeah.
you are working on him. The sand's kind of getting in the way a little bit, but is opening up pockets for you to work on, and as you move on to something else, they close. You see that things stop deteriorating once the sand has been on there. But, or maybe not stop, but if it's slowed down. And you can just feel Asher poking you, like, hey, mom, and just high stress moment.
What?
As you turn to look at Asher, he's in his full form. As he's standing there, roll a medicine check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Baby!
Oh, you stole the punchline, Elon.
Rolled really low. It's a 22.
He looks very pale in the areas of skin. I'm not feeling so good, Mom, as he stumbles over. Patches of skin that were there start turning to this fine sand and begin floating into this dome that is covering all of you.
Mm-hmm. What's happening? What's happening?
Mom, I'm
happened?
scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Okay.
And
It's okay.
Asher
It's okay.
passes out.
Okay. That's not supposed to happen. I pick him up to try and see what happened, if he's like hurt or sick or why this has been happening. I don't know what turns people into sand.
You pick up Asher. All of the organic parts of him are gone, and you just see this shell of a skeleton, or like a robotic skeleton there. Panels still, it's not just looking like a skeleton, but like there's still the paneling and whatnot around him, but where there was organic, there's just a skeleton. And you look up now, and you see just this these three golden silhouettes of this giant man's face, with one that kind of looks like Drusus, another that you've seen Arella, faintly resembles Arella, and then you see as this dust that Asher's turned into siphons into this golden energy, and you can see Arella just holding a little baby in her arms now as they
No, please
fade
don't take
away.
him. No. I glare at Drusus's corpse. I'm like, okay, you better get back here and give him back.
There's no response.
Belinda, how long is this thing gonna last?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
The one that I just did just over Arvad, the technical duration is 1 week per level, so that's up to 8 weeks, but we're in a place without time.
That's true.
So If I turn around and notice something going on with Asher, I might try and do the same spell on him.
This would be while you were doing it with
Okay, it's while I'm...
our... Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Same instant. Gotcha. So I unfortunately don't notice until it's happened.
Celinda, can we move this thing with him?
DM, I got the feeling like the body can't be moved from the glassway, but can it be moved within the glassway?
Yeah, you can. The stasis will stay with it, and you can move it. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and lift up Drusus.
We've got to get him to the hour house so that I can fix it.
Celinda just silently nods. Is still, I mean, I think we probably all are in a sense of shock, but
Yeah.
Bloop, are you heading out to the market?
Yeah.
Okay. Bloop has it's a little hard pushing through this barrier, but you're able to do so as you begin walking through. The glassway was already kind of quiet. It is much more quiet now. Even though there are pieces of paneling and glass still falling, it is just kind of eerily silent. As you begin walking down the path that leads you there, roll a perception check for me.
That's a nat 20 for
Nice.
32.
Okay. You see, I mean, with your tremor sense for like you're just like your senses. You notice well, you notice two things. The first one is that carriage that always goes through the crossroads is heading in the opposite direction. And you can sense it pretty far off, even though you can't see it. This is further than you've seen before. And you can just tell that it is rushing that way.
So, so this carriage, does it look like it's backwards or that it's just going?
It's not backwards, it's just going in the opposite direction. The next thing that you notice is, whether you consider it friend or foe now, on the street, there's just some benches and buildings. You sense into one of the buildings, and you can see, my brain is spacing names. 1 second. Wow, it's fun being sick. Yeah, okay. You can see T-Bone, Z, and Winder inside this building. You How would Bloop react in that moment?
Did Bloop know at this point, or was it shared with Bloop by Drusus that Winder probably was him?
Yeah, hell yeah. As soon as Drusus realized, he's like, son of a... Damn it!
Yeah, we all know that Winder is Drusus.
I think definitely Bloop stops to watch, but
Okay.
kind of angrily
Okay.
at Winder, but also this is a chance to see him again, sort of.
Mm-hmm. You stop for a moment as they seem to be doing some shopping in a building. Based off heart rhythms and just movements, Winder seems very nervous and his heart is racing. There's just this look of confusion from Z and T-Bone as Winder steps out of the building and stumbles down the stairs, catching himself. You can see he's struggling to keep himself upright. He's breathing heavily as he looks forward and bloop falls to the ground and begins crawling towards you.
Oof.
I think Bloop doesn't make any move towards him and just stands there and watches as he continues to crawl towards him.
As he continues to crawl towards you. Bloop, don't tell me he was stupid enough. Oh no. Swinder's looking around and pieces of him begin shooting off into that fine sand. I was so close to bringing her back.
Why didn't you tell him? No one told him
Continuing.
anything about how to be a timecaster.
I didn't want him to turn out like me. Giving
Well,
up everyone.
Well, because of that, there's nothing any of us can do.
He continues crawling. It gets within about 5 feet of you. You see this look of panic and hopelessness. A face crying out for help as he's reaching out. And before his hand goes to touch you, he just collapses into sand. The door on the building opens up, and you see T-Bone and Z looking very confused as they watch Winder's last moment as he tries to touch you and then dies. T-Bone stands there. Buddy, what's going on?
Now, is this a moment where Bloop goes nonverbal again? I think he stands there for a second. And, kind of like, not with a head, but I guess the top portion of his body kind of like sagging down towards Winder of the ground. And then he like lifts his head back up. And then Drusus has died.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what What did you just do to Winder?
I didn't do anything to Winder.
Z
Winder
troops
is
in.
Drusus.
She yells, "Don't lie to us! I've seen what you can do. You killed him, didn't you?
No, he killed himself.
Roll a diplomacy check."
If I have to fight them, I will. I have a +7. Uh, 25.
I heard dice.
Yes, I heard dice rolling.
Like, I'm dying and I need some lividity. Or say that word.
Z is just crying now as she runs over to this pile of sand and is just trying to scoop up every bit of Winder. And she... just that ugly scream and cry. That heart-wrenching of, like, you just lost a loved one and you were not expecting that to happen. As she's picking up in the sand, is just shifting through her fingers and she can't hold on to it. As she tries to scoop it back in, as it's just dissipating out to the glassway, starts pounding her hands against her fists, or not her hands against the street in anger. T-Bone is trying to figure out what's going on.
And then I think Bloop keeps walking towards the market. At that point, just he doesn't want to put any energy towards mourning right now.
Sounds good. Continue on towards the market. The rest of you, back in the sand dome. What are you doing?
Well, I've lifted up Arvad and I'm ready to follow because Flamel's like, we need to get him to a place. So I'm holding him, watching where we're going.
Taking Drusus to the Hour House, and I'm carrying Asher.
Okay.
I am carrying whatever is left.
All right.
And if there's nothing left, I'm just being weirdly alert. Like, I have relegated the morning to sometime else. And am currently being vigilant.
Okay.
Now,
Roll.
Mhm.
If you what?
Oh, I was saying if we leave the sand dome and it appears to start affecting my thing of my Drusus stasis, then I would, pause.
Mm-hmm.
So
You notice as you're walking, what your minds are perceiving as going the same speed. Like you don't feel like you're walking slower. However, when you look at the surrounding areas around you, it is taking you much longer to get to your destination. A small fragment of time has slipped into a timeless area. The dome follows you, seems to be centered around Drusus's body. Ewan, give me a perception check.
Alright. $17.
You, as you begin heading down the street, Ewan, you know a war zone. You know what it looks like. The buildings do not look the same. And you can tell that it's a pretty strict, it's almost like trench warfare. Both of the first layer of houses are kind of destroyed and built in and barricaded up, each in an individual way. Right side of which our house is on is the defenses are constructed much differently than the left side. You can see in the streets small craters from explosives. Something has happened here. It looks almost recent. You see some shadows over on your left moving throughout the buildings, just these rubble and ruined buildings that think like World War II, Russia towns, Stalingrad and everything, where the buildings are just collapsed in on themselves with their snipers that use that for hiding. You get the feeling it's probably an ambush happening or preparing itself.
Ambush on us or ambush on other people?
Not quite clear right now.
DM, weird question. How? I'm gonna do a thing. First question though, is there a cart nearby?
After you've passed through the the crossroads heading down the street to our house, as you were being hyper vigilant, focusing on what's happening around you, you would have heard a cart zoom past, but nowhere close to hitting you.
That wasn't what I was looking for, but good to know.
Oh, you're asking. Okay.
An unattended cart.
Gotcha. Sorry, I thought it was that cart. Yeah, in the street, there's several carts that have been, destroyed or broken in some ways. Wheel broken off, or an axis broken. It's just tipped over.
All
there.
right, so none of them are viable. Okay.
I mean, roll a perception check to try and find that.
You can always tell me to something together.
This is at a glance because I'm wanting to make a snap move to kind of break the ambush.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Because
yep.
I'm not. Let me tell you. Yeah, kind of above the table. My headphones fell out. So he sees this ambush about to happen, and right now is not the time to be ambushed. So what Ewan is planning to do, because right now Bloop is left, we have Tristari, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have Tristari, we have Flamel, and Slunda, as well as, I don't know how heavy Juice's Dust Corpse is. Ash is probably pretty light. But thing is, that's more people than I can carry and zoom out of here.
Yeah.
And so Ewan's plan is to essentially pull a Zark,
Okay.
get everyone in the cart, and then just haul and get out of there.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
But if I can't find a cart fast enough, then it'll have to fall back to some other plan.
Okay.
between that and getting everyone in at a snap.
Okay, 19. You see, there's a cart that looks pretty viable. It looks, parts of the sides have been damaged, but the wheels and axles are still intact. You could use it. It's about 10 feet away.
Okay. Here's my plan. I will acting kind of for everyone's sake, but I'll say, everyone, let's get in the cart. I'll pull you.
Okay.
Thunder will
Because
not.
I'm acting sad. I'm not letting on that there's something going on. Because I know that we're under observation right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
as soon as everyone's sitting in the cart, I'm gonna let the rubber squeal.
Okay. As it takes you a second to get there. By a second, I mean like more than a second. You. Excuse me. Let me just switch up the music really quickly. Okay. You get to the cart. You're keeping an eye. You can see several figures. Mostly appear to be humanoid, some form or another. Average height, kind of ducking down, crawling, jumping. Try to be as quiet as possible, but you're keeping an eye on them as they're moving a little bit further up, and it's about 6 of them that are spreading themselves out. They're all staying to the left. You can see that they're fixing some sights on you as you help Slunda up into the cart as she's holding onto Drusus, and the bubble extends a little bit around her. You help Flamel onto the cart. Andrew,
Yes, sir.
roll a perception check for me.
Oh, goody. Who's gonna be the first to get shot? Not any of you. I would never do that.
You have to do that to yourself.
I stabbed her. What are you talking about?
Shoot for Mel right now. I don't know what she's gonna do.
That's a 21.
1, 2, 1. You see the people the chronicler was talking about, or the ones that sound. From what you've experienced here, the ones, the rough image of what they look like, or some of them, you don't see the jelly blob that's there. But you've known that with the situation escalated in the glass way since they left, this figure known as Mr. Big has wanted to take them out. Chronicler helped you out, giving you the rundown of this place. As you've snuck in, infiltrated would be a better word, to this small ambush that was being prepared for them. The ambush is being set up, and you can see it happening as you're with the group of them. A couple of them have stepped into other buildings. You can see that they're getting close to where the ambush is about to take place. What do you do?
Okay, so I just want to clarify. Am I in the group that's ambushing them, or I'm supposed to stop them from getting ambushed?
You're supposed to stop them from being ambushed, but you've infiltrated that ambush
Double
group.
agent.
Yeah, double agents have. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, like, you're in these broken buildings. There's these elven, like, 2 elven males. There's you think they're kind of weird. They like have bows and crossbows. And you're like, that is really outdated gear, but you know what? Whatever suits you well.
Okay, so the group I'm with is going to ambush them, and basically I just need to stop them.
That's yeah.
Okay, how many are there?
There's 6. 2 of them have stopped in another building as you've kind of gone with the group of 4.
So I'm with 4 people,
Yes.
but they're all
There's-
pretty.
Yeah, there's these 2. There's one dwarven man, very hardy. You can tell he was a blacksmith at some point. There's this full, like, the largest orc that you've ever seen in your life. 9 feet tall. He has more modern weaponry, actually a little more modern than what you've seen, which is a little strange. There is this strange creature that you have no idea what it is, but it's this pink, furry, 4-armed creature with like 2 antennae. Has like these like as a kid you'd be like, oh, that's like the future's weapon. And he has these 2 blasters in his hand. Looks really excited about what he's about to do, kind of cackling, which is, you haven't said anything, but you know it's definitely like given away positioning as he's trudging along. And then there's this woman. She appears to be a tiefling, missing one of her horns, hooded cape, has a horn that you know would be the signal for the ambush.
All right, so I'm in the room with 4 of them.
Yeah.
Are they paying attention to each other or the space? Like, if
They're paying attention to their target, seeing if they've been spotted or not. But
all right, can I
They think they're
roll stealth,
yes,
which is my chosen thing for today, which means I get to roll stealth with. Is it +2 or is it advantage? Which one is this thingy? This is a +2
Probably-
all day for that.
okay.
So, all right. There's so many things to type. That's a 34 to be stealthy.
Okay. What are you doing?
Well, now that I'm successfully stealthy, what I'm going to do is okay. Six. Okay. Cool. I'm going to make my first attack on. Let's see. This is an orc, a weird alien guy, and 2 other weird like elves, right? That are in the room with me.
There's tiefling as
Yep.
well.
Well, the elves are back. They're in a different building.
So the ones in this, who's the one who's the furthest back? Who I feel like if I could take someone out in like one attack, it would be them. Like, and without people seeing it first.
Well, yeah, you have this. Okay. Oh, without seeing first, it would be the ogre, or not the ogre, the orc. Sorry. He's at the back. The little pink fluffy creature is like at the front, skittering his way through the wreckage and making his way to another building. Then you have the woman behind him, followed by the dwarf, and then the ogre. Oh, the orc. I keep saying ogre. Orc.
Okay, so it is an orc and not an ogre, right?
Yes, it is an orc.
That's a whole other fight.
It is an orc, yes.
Dang it, I messed up. I had pulled out a specific set of dice for this character, now they're gone. I guess I'll just be doing this. So I'm going to attack them.
Okay.
Ba 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 booey. And with that, okay. I am fast, I am whatever, blah blah blah.
I am speed.
Speed. Okay, so that would make that -5. That one's gonna make it. Okay, is it blocking? Sorry, it's a lot of things to add up all this.
You're welcome.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of the best way to type this out.
Oh, you're good. You chose the number crunchy class, so have fun.
All right. The lowest I rolled was a 12. Does that
Uh-huh.
hit?
It does hit.
Okay, so I stab him 4 times. In
Okay.
quick succession. I get 2 stabs per hand, and I have a knife in each hand. And I did the, that's with my -5 to the modifier, so I hit every time.
Okay.
Cool. So let me roll all of that damage now. 6, 8. I need to keep a calculator next to me. I wasn't expecting all this. I thought it was going to be easy, and now I'm realizing I was wrong.
Andrew just kills this character to get another one.
Like a pump gun.
How's that working
So
out?
that's
right now?
86 damage.
Alright. How would you like to do this?
Just from behind, since I'm all stealthy and stuff, and I was like, okay, he's got to go first. It's literally just me walking up behind him, and then just straight through the back, because I'm assuming this is like, you know, what I'm used to for this species. Their lungs are in the same spot. So I'm just gonna go,
except he's like 3 feet taller than what they normally are.
yeah, so I'm just gonna go, alright, his lungs are here, and just like, it's as quick as that, just 2 stabs in the same spot in his lungs, and he, you know, and I just hold him in there, and I slowly bring him down as he drowns in his own blood. And I lower him slowly as I do that. Who's the next one who I could take out, I think, without someone seeing?
Well, let me roll perception to see if they notice. Alrighty. As he goes down, you hop over him. You can see that the female tiefling's about to turn around, but then the small creature in front of her says, "No, we gotta keep going, come on!" And she quickly turns and keeps moving forward.
Oh, by the way, his body, it disintegrates.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, anyone who dies by my daggers disintegrates, as though they were targeted by the disintegrate spell.
Lovely. Okay. Wonderful. So just gone.
Yeah, the moment he's gone, he dusts. A different kind of dust than Arvad was doing, but a dust none the same.
He does. He turns into actual dust and not the sands of time. Lovely. Okay. Next one would be the dwarf. He's currently there's this wooden plank connecting two broken buildings, and he is in the process of climbing. Like, it's not the sturdiest one, so he's in the process of going a little slow, crouched down, trying not to be seen by the people down below.
Okay, my lowest is an 11 this time.
Okay. Or only 3 hit.
Only 3 hit? Only 3? Cool. Cool. Let me roll that damage. That's 56 damage, so it's 30 less.
Okay, 56. All right. As you take a couple side steps through the dust of this orc, running as quickly as you can without making noise, you get up right up to the dwarf, stab into him 3 times, go to hit the 4th, and his arm catches and he turns. Oh, I knew it was you. As he grabs you by the arm and flings you in front. Make a reflex save, and then I need everybody except for Bloop to roll initiative.
That's a 13.
Okay, as he... oh, sorry, not a reflex save. This is a fortitude save.
Oh!
Yep, sorry.
So that's a 17. No, hold on. That's a 17 instead.
Okay. Grabs you by the arm. This guy is strong. As he flips you over him, you find yourself almost being knocked prone on your back, but you catch yourself not falling in. The other two, the tiefling woman and this, I'll just say Skidamander, because you have no idea what it is, but it's a Skidamander, turn and look at you. We got a traitor over here, boys! Alright, so now we have initiative. Oh wow, can I roll any worse for them?
Yes,
A 1,
please
a
do.
2, and a 4. Wow. Okay. Did you roll initiative, Cade?
I'm trying to find the number. Sorry,
You're good.
I'm looking at a lot of different things at the same time. I regret making something complicated now. It's fine. It's a plus. Okay, Hephaestus, please load. Don't do this to me. Just got a blue bar repeating over across my screen.
Oh no.
Let's see. Initiative is dexterity, right?
Yes.
So that's okay. Loaded. Sweet. Got 23.
Okay. Okay, we'll go first. Cade, and then Slunda. And E1. And then Flamel got a 6, but that will still... Skidamander will go next. And then Flamel.
Oh.
And then Dwarf. And Tiefling. Alright, Cade.
Actually, +2 on my initiative. I miscalculated that.
Okay. I think you still stay where you are.
Okay, cool.
Yep, you do. Alright, Cade, you're up.
Oh, I'm up.
You're up. You now are facing the dwarf who's calling you out. Those of you down below can see that there's something happening in the building. You can see one of the figures has dropped away. You see 4 of them bunched up together. One is shouted. They're shouting at each other, so it's not much of an ambush anymore, as you're just finishing loading up Flamel and Slunda into the cart. Yeah, they're not trying to be sneaky. So, what do you do, Kane?
So you said this guy had been climbing like a ladder type thing, and he had gotten onto a balcony or something near a window.
Yeah, just kind of like.
Upper at this window.
Oh, you're like 25 feet.
So we're 25 feet.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are we from the window?
You'd be about 5 feet away.
Oh, okay, that's not
Defenestration.
I forgot to roll the other two, the two elves. So just 1 second as I put that on.
That's fine. I'm assuming he's pretty injured, so I'm gonna attack him again.
Okay.
And I forgot I didn't take the other feet I wanted, so I'm just gonna. Does he look like he's close, like really badly off, or?
He's sweating. You got him pretty good. There's like blood coming down from him. He's coughing up a little bit of it.
Okay.
He would be bloodied, so below half health.
The lowest one this time is a 15.
2 of them hit.
2 of them hit?
Yep.
I'm assuming that's the 21 and the 26 are the only ones that hit this time?
Yes.
But not the 18?
Correct.
I don't like that. Alright.
He's a blacksmith. He has some heavier armor.
How dare him?
Mm.
Alright. That's 46 damage.
Okay. As going for one strike, trying to not just turn your back completely to the one guy. Give him a quick feint, hit him in the arm as you pull out. He screams out in pain. Next strike, he goes. You watch as this energy shield shoots up and blocks that attack, but he overcorrected a little too much, allowing for that second strike to go and it just hit him right in the throat. As you pull out, he explodes into dust.
Glory to the Empire. And I just shout out the window. Fight for your life, Plan B! And
What did you say? I
What did you
couldn't
say? Got
understand
a little
it.
garbled.
Oh, I just shout out the window. Fight for your lives, Plan B! And so I'm 20 feet up. What, fall damage is like after 10 feet you take however much damage, right? Is it the same in this?
Oh, that's a good question. I do not remember. Let's look it up.
Because I took my attack action, but I'm wondering if I can take a move action to, like, jump down on top of somebody.
I mean, they're all like in the same room as you now.
Oh, Plan B? Or all the other 4?
Oh, the other 2 that are in this
The
room.
other 2? Yeah.
Yeah. Plan B is 25 feet below, if that's so.
Cool. I'm just wondering if I could jump on top of
Oh,
whoever the closest one is.
gotcha. For Plan B?
No. For the bad guys.
Oh. I mean, you could run and, like, run towards them. It's like if I was standing in the same room as you. Okay, so it's each 10 feet you fall down, it's a d10 of damage.
Oh, I
you
can
take.
take that. I jump out the window at Plan B.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Jump out. Roll a athletics check.
Athletics? I can do that.
Yeah.
Mostly. 15.
Okay. Elon is moving to the front to start moving the cart. As you're flying through there, you guys see this blonde-haired Flamel, you would recognize, like, this is like old Dotharan military uniform. Very much so. Olden day, like days of exploration. As he's falling and you get hit. Well, you don't get hit. You hit this sand barrier and you just start slowly moving into it. your toe has touched it, and you're just sinking in very slowly.
It's slow sand.
Oh,
All right, Slunda, you are
oh
up.
no.
Alright, so this guy just jumped and is slowly sinking into our bubble.
Uh-huh.
Right before that, he yelled, "Run for your or fight for your lives, Plan B."
Yep.
Do I have
He's
any
attacking
idea
us,
about
clearly.
any of the other stuff? I know Ewan's been keeping track, but
I know you just have Drusus in your arms. That's. I mean, you can see like. Obviously, you
is
can
it
see
obvious that other people are attacking, or do I just have to go off of this stranger's word?
Right now, it's kind of off the stranger's word.
Cool. Then I'll probably ready a spell. I'm just figuring out what one. I might activate the Inkwing tattoo and
All
just
right.
fly roughly straight up.
Okay. As the bird shoots out and. Or wait, your ink wing. Is that what you said?
Inkwing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the tattoo.
Yeah.
It gives me a 60-foot. Oh no, that's
Are you
small
still-
floor rate, and also 60-foot fly speed.
You're still carrying
you
Drusus,
still-
right?
I'm still carrying Drusus. Am I allowed to do this while I'm carrying a person?
You can. That's gonna move the big sand dome.
No, I realize that.
Okay.
Yeah, but like if I'm allowed to, then I will go up.
Okay.
Oh, but
As
it's
you-
also I get. Sorry, I'm like just realizing that it's if he's going through it slower, then probably other things will go through it slower. But Slunda hasn't realized that. She's still in shock. So
But if
she's
you
just
move
like,
it towards him, it might pull him in faster.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go straight up.
Okay. As you.
Trying
Okay.
to see what's going on from up high and potentially get out of the danger with
Okay.
the person who is closest to death.
Okay. As you shoot straight up.
50 feet,
Make-
or however far I go.
Okay. Now you need to make a reflex save, Cade.
Okay. Okay,
Now I make
does.
a relief stroke. I was just trying to help. Don't worry, I built a third character. Just no, I'm kidding. Don't make me do it. This one is.
I mean, Flamel definitely thinks you're attacking us, so.
I literally shouted a warning. Please
He
don't.
said, "Fight for your lives," and then jumped into our cart. It's a battle cry, man.
Okay, Cade. As you get flipped head over tail, and you're just spinning, you crash. Like you launch about 10 feet into the air before you crash into the cart. So that you've flown up the sphere now. It's not really a dome. It's now a sphere floating with you as you've gone 60 feet in the air. The cart is no longer hindered by movement. So Ewan, you can do the zoomies. Like you feel it instantly. Let's see. Roll 2d10 for me, Cade, as you come crashing down to the ground into the cart. You take 14 points of damage as you fall
Gosh.
to the cart. Okay, you've flown 60 feet up into the air, getting this a better look now above
With my
the.
action movement.
Uh-huh.
Yep, so then I'm just looking around,
Okay,
trying to
looking
figure
around.
out what's going on.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, that's gonna be Ewan. You're up.
Dang it. There went my... Like, I was gonna go even with the slow, and her taking Drusus and herself kind of put the nix on that plan,
Still
but
zoom.
I don't...
I
Yeah,
can
you
also
still
go fast, just
Yeah, she can
flying.
fly.
Yeah, I am
You can go fast, but how fast?
60 feet per round
This is me patting you on the head.
for 1 minute.
And you did notice that she did go full speed.
Right.
It
Right.
wasn't that like same slow that you had felt, Ewan.
Interesting. 6 times. Cool.
He
Now,
wants us to
I
do
don't
it.
know how the cart slows down, but I guess it's time to move 240 feet. Yeah. 240 feet in a turn.
Oh, right. As you take off, cart just zooms. Flamel and Cade roll a fortitude save.
Oh, I think Tristari will probably
Oh,
also
that's
need
right.
to do that.
Tristari will also need. Okay, not till 20. 17 plus. Okay, you're good, Flamel. Cade, you roll. Hey, what?
It's fortitude, right?
Fortitude, yes.
Okay. Cade rolls far more times than Arbat ever had to roll ever. Gosh dang it.
All people are still rolling. Does the run action, does that count, like, if for flying, does that count? So it's like you can run as a full action and you go like 4 times.
Yeah.
Can I do the
Yep.
same but in the air?
Yep.
Okay.
Pull your
Wonderful.
legs real hard.
Hey, as you both get knocked back, as there's just a tremendous amount of force happening in the space of 6 seconds, running, being this cobblestone like knocking the cart up, and you guys are kind of bouncing around. Flamel, you see this new blonde-haired boy, kid, just sitting in your cart, trying to hang on as both of you are hanging on. With that, you're running, dodging, getting closer to our house. The first elf, seeing this, is going to make an attack against the cart. Gonna have a penalty because of how fast A1 has gone.
It's like
That's going to miss. So the rest of them don't see this, but Sluda, you see this as this red-tipped arrow launches into the street. It should have, I use air quotes, should have hit the cart, but E1 is so fast that he's pulled it. It slams, what would be like 6 seconds behind where it would be, into the ground, and an small explosion goes off. Okay, let's see. So that's his turn. He's gonna use his movement to move through the building to get closer to try, because he's not gonna be useful where he is right there. Gross. As a person, that's disgusting.
that is really
Yeah,
fast.
that's pretty fast.
Oh my goodness! Wow. All right, Skidamander. Honestly, he's continues running through the building. He's like with his forearms is taking the 2 guns that he had and is mixing them together, and you get a little glimpse of it, Cade, as he pulls out this larger sniper rifle and pulls out, is going to take a shot at you, as you were the one that turned on him. Oh my gosh! Okay, that is...
They're not even going to attack the
You
people they were
ate?
sent to attack. Attacking him.
Okay, that's going to be a 13. This is energy armor class, Cade.
Oh. No.
Okay.
No.
As this high energy beam, high energy beam shoots out. It whizzes past you, Cade, and like hits the cart and shoots through it, just the side of it, not damaging the cart, and shoots it to the ground. Now he'll take his next shot, do the same as the first one missed. Okay, that one is a 20 for your energy armor class.
No. Not even close.
Same way, shoots off, misses. Alright, Flamel, you're up.
Okay, so we're just flying down the road.
Yep.
There's a random kid in the cart with us now.
Yeah.
All right, can I see any of the other people who were attacking us, or are we just like?
Oh, you've got the zoomies and you've
leaving them in the
gone.
dust?
You're leaving him in the
The
dust.
wind is knocked out of me. I'm just
Great, cause we're both just in the cart then. Great. I'm basically just gonna grab this kid by the front of his shirt and like slam him against the bottom of the cart, and I'm like, "Who are you?" And I have my gun to your head.
This is the most advanced robot you have ever seen, Kate.
Also, my eyes are currently just like red crosshairs.
Wait. Kate has never been to the Psycho Hex yet?
you're a really fancy warforged. Wow. Chronicler didn't mention
Answer the
that.
question.
I was sent by Chronicler to prevent the ambush and retrieve you. Well, I think it was you. There's a slime person who's supposed to be here, but they are not. Also,
Retrieve us for who? For Chronicler?
that is who sent me. In
I
the
want to
name
vibe
of-
check this guy.
In the name of
Oh.
the knob.
Okay.
Vibe check.
In the name of the
The
knob.
knob is me.
That's all I know, man. I don't know much. What is this, diplomacy?
Yeah, diplomacy. If that's what if you're being honest.
Where's my bluff? No, I'd rather not lie. I'm not a charisma-based character.
I get a natural one on my vibe check anyway.
Listen,
I'm so
I'm
upset.
I am built like a Disney prince. I seem so earnest.
Ah.
Yeah, he seems. He looks.
I mean,
you know, no reason for him to be lying right now.
Pretty sure this is
People
my turn,
shooting
so
at-
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'll just keep him pinned there. I'm still just like,
It's
I
fair.
don't know about this.
All right. Anything else, Lamel?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, elf number 2. Having seen the cart go that way, it's going to take a shot at you, Linda. Oh, natural 1. As the arrow shoots up towards you, you can feel this pressure building inside the bubble, and you look down and you see this like same explosive tipped arrow trying to pierce its way into the bubble, but unable to, and it just prematurely goes off, and a little bit of smoke happens, but nothing around you. All right, Tiefling's turn. Okay. Which Warper abilities? As you are running, you suddenly see as the earth around you begins to shake, and this giant 15-foot solid brick wall emerges right in front of you.
15-foot high brick wall.
Mhm.
Yeah, moving at nigh on 30 miles an hour. That would suck.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's about 5 feet in front of you. So
Oh,
It's an
5
illusion.
feet
Just
in
keep
front of
going.
How good are your brakes or your jumping skills?
we'll find out on his turn. Cade, you're up.
Oh, it's my turn. There's no one within stabbing range, right?
I mean, you have Flamel.
No.
I noticed that pause before I said that.
I'm not gonna do that. That was not what I was asked to do. I'm just gonna go. Listen. I just killed 2 people who were trying to kill you. I'm just supposed to bring you to Chronicler. Yeah. How far away are the bad guys behind us? They're pretty far behind, right?
240 feet.
Yeah, I can't do nothing to them. And I'm just gonna go, do you mind? And I'm just gonna like start trying to sheathe my weapons and just like I'm not really here to fight you. It was escort. Scout ahead, so to speak. You know,
I'll let go of you now.
I appreciate that. And I like straighten out my uniform and I go, perfect. I go, I'm assuming, and I like look at you and I'm like, I've never seen someone with 4 arms. That's crazy. This is a weird place. Onward
you're-
to Chronicler.
Meanwhile, there's an ambusher who has 4 arms.
All right, Slinda, you're up.
Space really is
Back-
the final frontier.
I will go ahead and I think I will run to catch up with the rest of the group, staying 60 feet in the air, roughly.
Okay. How far are you
Yeah.
able to?
So when you run, you can move up to 4 times your speed in a straight line. And my speed is 60, so that's 240.
Yep. So you.
Should line up.
Nice.
Yes. I'll be there when you crash into that wall. But I'll be
Alright.
60 feet up, and I don't
You won.
have an action I can do.
Ewan, you're up.
Okay, well, fortunately, as part of my feat, when I run, I am not flat-footed.
Uh huh. So yeah.
So hopefully that helps.
Oh, absolutely. What are you doing?
You said it's a 15-foot high wall?
Uh huh.
Well, as they say in Chicken Run, can't go under it. Can try over it. So I'm going to, with all 4 of my arms, I'm gonna, with my 2 upper arms, I'm gonna grab kind of. My brain is saying it's like a hand cart-ish thing, but maybe it's more of a horse cart. But with 2 of my hands, I'm gonna grab onto the whatever the horse is attached to bit, and then the other 2 are going to reach under the undercarriage, and like grab onto that.
Okay.
And as I'm running, I'm just going to swing.
Okay. Roll athletics for me.
Athletics, dang it. Not acrobatics, but hey.
Yeah, this one's more of an athletics.
Yeah, this is definitely athletics. And I can't really do... Hang on, let me see if... As a together thing, do any of these make sense? That's a standard action. Let's see, well, I guess I'm not running because I'm jumping. So... So as my move, essentially, I'm going to be jumping, but also kind of as a standard action with it. My psychokinetic hand is going to be grabbing the back of the cart
Oh, okay.
and lifting with all of its 10 pounds.
Okay.
Alright. Athletics. This is going to be spectacular either way.
Excited for you to just face plant directly into the wall.
Wile E. Coyote just run through it.
Actually, that was my other plan. Just like, I don't know how thick this wall is, but...
Hey, maybe it's not even real. It could be an illusion, and that would be hilarious.
Question, did
We should run
Justari
through.
go, or is she not doing anything?
I forgot to do Tristari on
Oh, no worries. I'm just checking.
on that. Yeah, she's still there.
Woo!
Okay.
Dirty 20.
You all,
Jump.
so Cade, Flamel, Tristari, roll a fortitude save, as you are flung into the air. Even as you jump, pulling the cart with you, like a graceful pole vaulter, lifting it over the top of this wall. All right, Tristari is okay. Flamel's okay. And Cade's okay. Awesome. As the bottom of the carriage scrapes across this wall, which is 5 feet thick, you all
Gosh.
jump in the air, but you grab on quickly and get back through as you land on the other side, jumping again. It hurts a lot. Each of you, I'll just do.
Yeah, there's no
like this.
shocks on this thing.
Yeah, there's no shocks. Each of you takes 4 points of damage. Going up in the air and slamming back down. But you is able to keep moving forward.
Well, I suppose with the spell and the jump, that was all my action, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you're able to. Well, I'm just, like, narratively saying you're moving forward. So, okay. Elf number 1.
We are now
Yeah.
behind full cover.
You are. So it's just going to go after Slunda.
Who has caught up? So I'm like 5 feet before the wall.
Yep. Okay, that's a 17 to hit.
Let me just.
This
double
is
check
your
what
this is your
it does.
kinetic armor class.
Okay, no, I'm fine. It's a 19.
Okay.
Flat-footed.
Daryl slams into the back of the sphere, trying to dig in, explodes off again, unable. No damage done. Alrighty. Skidamander angrily turns the sniper towards you. He's gonna take his 2 shots at you, Slunda. Okay, that's a 23 for energy armor class for the first shot.
Oh, that hits.
And a... Okay, 2 23s.
Yeah, those hit.
Okay. The first one is going to do... 10 points of damage as you hear the shot of a laser rifle go off. Kind of focused on the front. You feel this pressure building up around the sorry, the sphere, and you look to the side and you see this laser moving in very, very slowly, or like, you can just, if I say very, very slowly, like this is a sniper, so it goes from 0 to 100 in a fraction of a second. So like you can see it moving, and it does pierce in, still moving slow, and grazes your shoulder, burning you, dealing damage. As the second one goes off, 10, it deals 14 points of damage, and this one slams more directly into your arm.
Alright.
So
but
24
I'm
points of damage in total.
Keeping the Drusus corpse from getting hit.
Okay. Sweet. Okay, Flamel. You're up.
Okay, and we're just on the other side of the wall now. There's no enemies around or anything.
Looking around, doesn't appear to be any enemies.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna hold one of my grenades ready in case someone comes into view that I think is deserving of a grenade to the face.
Sounds good. Okay, elf number 2 then is gonna go. Take his arrow, shoot at you, Slunda.
Alright.
Natural 1.
Cool.
Fires it off, doesn't come close to hitting you, just launches, slams into the ground. Small explosion.
Alright.
Alright.
Say, I mean, I think this is clear, but I assume they're all aiming for me. If any of them were aimed for Drusus, I would try to block those.
Yeah, they seem to be, aiming towards
okay,
you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because
You're the one flying.
as
and-
written, the spell could end. I mean, you can do your own flavor stuff. But as written, any attack against a creature affected by preserved specimen, or that would cause it to take damage or attempt a saving throw, immediately ends the spell. So you don't want
good
that to
job.
happen.
Good to know. Yeah. Alright. Alright, now the tiefling, you guys are out of range for her to do anything now. So, she can't do anything. So, with you all being out of range, because you're going to move Slunda, I'm going to say we're out of initiative right now. They won't be able to catch up, so.
Alright.
A1, you continue taking the group to our house. Slunda, you follow in behind.
And above.
And above, yep. Making it to our house, offloading off the cart. Slunda, you getting down. A lot of the houses around our house have been destroyed or partially damaged, but our house is still completely intact, which is very, very nice and comforting for all of you as you pass in one by one, except for you, Cade, who, as you're watching them all.
go in.
Okay.
Wow, that's weird.
How did you meet Chronicler?
Oh, did you not go in?
I did not go in.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been here for about 6-7 days. It's kind of a big weird. Everyone's fighting. There's a big, one side they're like, oh, we're here for this thing, and the other ones are like, we're here for this thing, and the Warforged seemed like he had a better, I don't know, ideal to fight for. So yeah, that's about it.
Where did you meet him?
Here in this, he calls it the Glassway.
Yes, that's like, okay. Please try to give a helpful answer.
I'm not sure what you're looking for precisely.
Well,
I
you
was
may have noticed
stranded
there's
here
different
like a week
locations
ago.
in the Glassway.
I don't know the locations. It's been a battlefield the whole time I've been here.
Was he out of the house?
DM, was he out of the house?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, he was out of the house. Why, is he a bit of a homebody?
You could say that. So you haven't been in the house?
DM?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Just checking. Flamel thought you might have broken into our house and was very concerned.
That would be very, very rude, and any officer of the Empire would never break into a civilian's home. That is strictly against the rules.
You are funny. Okay, am I able to... nope, I'm not letting him in. I just go in then. I'm like, okay, good. I'm like, have you been in the house? No? Okay, great. And I go in.
Okay. I'm gonna change the music.
Just leave him out there.
He just patiently waits, expecting that this is a weird door that takes a long time to open, I guess.
She's like, I gotta go talk to Chronicler.
Verify.
She's like, why are you paying teenagers to find us?
First up, he's not a teenager, but he's very clearly like he's mid-20s, mid to late. He's actually not that far off from Drusus's age. He just doesn't have that same look of haggard wear and tear.
That's very fair.
He's still fresh-faced and innocent looking.
He's like 28, but he's just like, I've had a good
Clean
life.
shaven.
Clean shaven. Well, yes, any officer of the Imperial Army must be clean shaven at all times. There's regulations to uphold.
I feel like Slunda probably took Arvat inside while Flamel was having that conversation
Okay.
with...
Sounds good. Alright, while that's going on, we're gonna skip over to Bloop. Bloop! You have been making your way downtown, walking fast.
And I'm homebound.
The Glassway does not look like you remember it. It is breaking apart. It looks broken and shattered, and there's residue of explosions that have gone off. You can tell there were fires, barricades have been made. There's these big, crudely made barricades before the marketplace, and you can see that there's these. You haven't seen these before. These humanoid-looking aliens. As they have these very exaggerated jaws. Probably like 4 or 5 times the size of a normal jaw. Kind of like if a human had a bulldog's jaw. It's just like a huge overbite. They have these really short, stubby ears. But each one of them is holding this halberd that you can tell has like an energy blade on the end of them. Wearing kind of pieced together armor from various things. Seem to be standing guard outside of it.
Outside the specific market that I
the entrance to it. As you were walking down the hill, you could see the market, and it was not near as busy. It looked kind of dead. Not that people were dead, but just no one was inside buying things. There are still stalls set up, but you can tell it is not what you remember it as.
I walk up to one of the guards. Can I go in?
Right, depends. Who you choose?
Wait, say that again?
Who you choose?
Who do I choose?
Who you with? Which one? The big or the Tin Man?
I've never seen these guys before at all, right?
I mean, you've probably seen their people walking in the marketplace and in the glassway. Would have seen them, but just glance by them. But not these two specifically now.
Okay, my brain is thinking that they're looking for a specific response, and it's specifically the Tin Man. But I'm gonna make a sense motive check to see if they want me to answer Tin Man or not.
Yeah.
Roll 1d20 plus, and I think I have plus. Only plus 4. 18.
You can tell they're just nervous. It's not really aside to which one they're looking for you to say. They're just curious.
Man, I'm just trying to fly under the radar. And he puts his hands up. I'm not one for politics.
He said code word. Let him in. As they move off to the side. Maybe you walk by. Radar was the word, right? Yeah. Damn down to psycho hacks know what they're talking about. It's a good word to use. No one would have ever guessed that. Filthy spies trying to get in all the time. And you can see, right behind it, there's just a big pile of corpses that have been sliced in half.
Oh, no.
Decapitated of some sort of people that probably have guessed wrong.
Oh, gosh.
I see, so they're just killing people based on whether or not they think they're spies or not.
Whether they happen to use the word radar.
System.
They just change the password every minute, unless they like what they say.
It isn't an every minute thing, but they do change it quite frequently.
One of us always lie, the other one always forgets.
No!
You're there now in the marketplace. There's a couple skittermanders crawling around, moving back and forth, like moving between the shops, closing some of the curtains, or fencing off certain sections that are no longer in use right now. It appears like there's like a small little fresh produce section that seems to still be up and going, and there's several people that are there. You do notice a centaur that you've seen before, who is carrying this nice basket. Is currently putting some fruit and veggies in it, just smiling.
I want to specifically try and look for the one vendor that I gave the
Okay.
statue of Natala to.
Wonderful. Kind of slip around, avoiding everyone, staying away from people, making way towards the back section. Make a will saving throw.
Will save? What if I don't want to? Okay. Roll 1d20. I don't have a huge bonus to these, so I rolled a 10.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let me. All right. Bloop. As what is going through your mind right now? What are you thinking about?
Bloop. He's obviously just thinking about his best friend just having died. And all he thinks about is the fact that someone told him that if he wants to gain power, he needs to kill versions of himself. And he's putting all the blame on them, so on Titus, and he's thinking, I'll do anything to kill him.
Okay.
Oh man.
As you're just thinking about this, your thoughts are moving from split between what you're going to do to kill Titus to memories you've had with Drusus. It's so funny that, like, how Drusus is your best friend, considering you met Ewan first. Ewan was on a ship on a mission, and they ran into you, and
No, don't you dare.
Oh no.
Not until I leave the glassway. Come on.
Drusus, I mean, you still remember Drusus, and he is your best friend. You connected with him instantly upon meeting him when Ewan brought you along to your first mission on Absalon Station, when you met him on Vive 9. You could feel there was a bond between the two of you. But it's just funny that you thought, just this thought of you thought you would have had a stronger connection with Ewan, considering he was the first person to take you in. But that thought comes and goes. As you make it to the back of the marketplace, a lot of these places have been caged off, blocked off by some means, or vendors just completely taken down. But this kind of dark, mysterious tent still remains, with this black cloaked figure sitting in a chair. These long hands are just tapping on these black boxes. See 4 of them just sitting there, tapping and tapping.
I walk up to them. Is anyone is the one that I gave the thing to particularly distinguishable among them?
I mean, there was the little creature that was speaking for him, but like this was the figure. You can tell by the cloak and just the long, spindly fingers that are abnormal. Can't see a face, but
I walk up and I put my hands on the table. I gave you something. some time ago when I first came here.
He
And-
reaches at like just these long, like almost like wizard sleeves, mage sleeves, and his fingers just, I mean, they're long fingers, like 2 feet long, reach in and just with the tips of his fingers pull out the statue.
It is yours to keep. That transaction is final, but you gave me a promise that I could come back and get something greater than what I got at the time.
He gives you a nod.
I have come to collect.
He nods again. His fingers outstretched, and there's just the 4 sealed boxes. He begins tapping.
Do I choose one, or do I just grab them all?
From behind the hood, there's just this blank space of nothing. You see kind of this. It's like the body of a spider, but this pale humanoid with kind of a roundish head, very big eyes, and these crooked wings. It's probably like 2 feet tall. Crawls out. What do you want from the master?
What do I want from the master, he asks.
What do you want from him?
Equipment.
What type of equipment? As this creature now begins just lifting up boxes and putting them back behind his counter and taking others and piling them on.
Well, I was thinking probably either augmentation or armor upgrades.
Interesting. He already has nice armor. I can see.
Which is why I would want to upgrade, not the armor itself.
Smart one he is. As he reaches down and pulls out this longer box. You made a deal with the master. What are you choosing? What do you want? What do you need?
At this point, do I just choose like anything?
No. No purple sword for you.
No, I know that.
Oh boy.
Is this a loot table? Like I'll roll and it'll roll something?
Yes.
Or what? Okay.
Yeah, but he's trying to understand like what you're searching for to help you out.
I'm wanting to hunt someone down and kill him.
Interesting. Revenge. The master. This spider-like creature crawls up its arm and back into the hood, and you can hear this whispering happening before it flies back out. Revenge can be dangerous. Are you sure this is what you want?
I nod.
Okay. Very good. Choose the box. You need to ask what is inside the box. Not really. It's just we're just trying to figure out what to help you. Something to help find someone.
I'll say this. He's a powerful time caster.
Ooh.
So if I'm gonna kill him, I also shouldn't, die before I have that chance to do so.
Smart. This tiny creature looks up at this cloaked figure. He starts nodding. All right. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 4.
4. Okay. Let me just pull this up really quickly. All right. There's 4 boxes set in front of you. Choose.
I'll roll for that too. The 4th one.
Okay. The hand goes and lifts it up and takes the crate, opening it up. And you see this purplish black light emitting from it. The tiny creature crawls over the box and up next to you. The master says you can have it, but you can't use it until you need to use it, okay?
Okay.
Very
I
good.
understand as I reach in.
Okay. So you reach in, grab the item. This purplish black liquid begins seeping on to you into your armor and coats it in this this glossy black coating. I will let you know what you get when it is time to use it,
Okay.
as it will not be active until that time has come.
Okay.
No, this is not a symbiote person of blue. This has nothing to do with evil, creepy. Nothing. This is nothing bad.
Okay.
I do promise. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, listen.
Sure.
Those are the colors you
You're all
always use for
stressed.
bad things. Purple
I
and
know it
black.
is.
So you're like
I know
purple
they
and
are.
black thing, and I'm like, oh no, it's sentient purple
Yes.
milk.
Yeah, no, it's not. Let me just write a note of this.
He's writing,
Actually,
not evil thing, need change.
no.
Need
Dot,
change,
dot.
probably.
I know. Okay, wonderful. That will be very important, so I'm going to write a note of that here.
The box it came out of literally just says, meant to kill BBEG. That's all it says.
Titus is not the BBEG.
I know, and Bloop's gonna waste it on Titus instead. He's gonna take our god-killing weapon and waste it.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's the gun that
That's-
kills
that's-
everything? Oh, oops, it was loaded. We have another bullet? No. Oops.
So was that like a type of Should I write that down as an armor coating?
I'm sending this to you so that way you'll so I don't forget. I just but this is kind of important to know. There you go. Okay. But it will not be active until then. So,
Thank you.
all
That's
right.
very helpful.
Closes the box and pulls it in. Pulls the other boxes off and looks at you.
Thank you.
Nods his head and just motions with these fingers again. Master wants to know if you want anything else.
Oh, I can choose another thing?
Well, you must pay for the other things. Trade. Pay.
Do I need anything else? I'm trying to think. Or do I even have the means to pay for other things?
Dixie.
Huh?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting after the cat.
Oh, that's fair. I don't think I really have anything to trade with right now. I'm sorry.
As his hands reach out and he pulls this black curtain, closing off the shop from you.
Okay, and I'll start walking away.
Okay. So you head out back to our house. Back in our house, you have Sunda, who's brought Drusus in. You have E1, who's made it in. Flamel, you've made it inside. Cade, you sit outside patiently waiting. A little nervous because you know there were people trying to kill you, and you know that they've gone after. You've seen them trying to target our house every once in a while, but this house is different, and it seems to be pretty sturdy compared to the rest of the surrounding areas. Inside, you see
in the house.
our house is tidy. There, the papers and books that have been out and around have been neatly organized. There's still these fungal growths coming out of them, but they're no longer just stashed and heaped everywhere. The floor has been scrubbed and cleaned. Everything has been organized and rearranged. You see that those grooves, indents that Chronicler used as a track have been covered and filled, and they're no longer a tripping hazard.
Yeah, he got his legs back.
Going back into heading deeper into the house, you see, excuse me, the kind of the living room area with the fireplace. Much needed cleaning has been done there, dusted. A new table has been obtained. Now able to seat all of you with new beautiful padded chairs. They're sitting in one of the chairs. You see Rosie, who is just drinking some tea, quietly staring off into the fireplace.
Rosie,
Hello there.
is Chronicler here?
He should be. He wanted to finish cleaning up. He was shouting just a few moments ago. He was in the hangar. Do we call it that now? He was saying something about another ship, and he was not expecting that.
Oh,
Threw him
We
off a
weren't
little bit.
expecting it either.
Oh, is everything
Sorry.
okay with Drusus? Oh my. She stands up,
No.
looking at Drusus, and oh, I'm.
Do you know anything about the boy he sent after us?
Oh, what was his name? Um,
Pixie, Cleo, get out of there.
Sorry, hang on.
I'm just imagining that coming from Flamel. What was his name?
Sorry,
Sorry, the cat decided to hide in that drawer, and then Cleo decided to say hello to her, and the cat was not happy about it.
No.
Cleo, go to bed. Cleo, that's not bed. Cleo, go to bed. Cat is having a heart attack.
Bye.
Okay, so I put her in another room so that the cat can regain her composure and come back out.
Oh.
I'm not sure where she went. Is she still in the drawer? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, we can continue now.
The blonde-haired kid, right? It kind of actually gave me
Yes.
reminded me a little bit of Drusus. It's everything. What's happened? It was not good. I mean, reminded me on the sense that he wasn't Drusus, just more like with blonde hair. But anyway, that's not enough to say everybody with blonde hair looks the same. That's so sorry. Yes, he
You're
spoke
kind
with.
of right, though.
They were. Yeah, I think he was supposed to come and get you, and I guess he did that. I don't see him here
He's
though.
outside. Is he
Oh,
safe to let in? Was the question
oh,
really?
I believe so. He's helped. He's helped. Yeah, he's helped out several times with Chronicler and his whatever you want to call. What's going on now?
I don't know what's going on. I'm just.
I'll let Chronicler explain
We
that to you.
obviously have a situation with Drusus that we need to resolve.
Of
So,
course. Should I get some tea started for all of you? I don't. Would that help?
Sure.
You just look
I-
tired and stressed and. Okay, I'll get that. Chronicler's in the hangar. You can
Okay.
go talk to him, or you can wait here. I don't know how long he'll be. I'm sorry, I can't be of more help.
No, don't
Fine.
worry. I mean, yes, worry, but not. It's. And just like kind of takes a deep breath and doesn't have words to follow up.
Selunda, if you can put Drusus somewhere, I'll go let the guy in, and I'll be right back to work on that.
Celinda just sets Drusus on the table.
Go and let Cade in the house.
Meanwhile, DM, I would like to, not just medically, but also, like, mystically, like, look at what's happening to Drusus. Give her
Yeah.
take the stasis going on.
Roll a mysticism check.
Yeah. $22.
You see his body is tearing itself apart and trying to fade away, but the stasis is preventing it, or has caused the exponential decrease in it to the point that it almost doesn't seem like it's happening, but it's just happening very, very, very slowly.
Okay, can I tell why, like, Drake knows. Ewan doesn't. But is there, like, some curse or something? Like, I can also use the, Ooh, actually, I'll do that. I'll use the Detect Magic spell to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Flamel is Flamel still carrying Asher, by the way, as she goes to let in.
Oh, no, I would have put him, I laid him next to Drusus.
Okay.
I have 2 specimens.
I'll look at
Oh.
Asher, because I think I haven't processed that something was going on with Asher too. So when I see Asher and I try to figure out what's happened.
Yeah, you guys just looking down, Jastari staring there too, trying to understand everything that has just happened. She's kind of the most, just these confused eyes, hasn't said anything because doesn't understand what's going on. You can just, I mean, you know, it has something to do with that golden knife that that Juice has had, you know, between Kaka and Drusus's semi-learning about the powers of a time caster. Hearing Drusus say that he needs to kill future ones and the conversations about not killing past ones. You're seeing that these are the ramifications happening from killing a past self. Asher is a little bit of a mystery. However, you did notice that golden silhouette of Drusus, and then a woman, and then she was carrying a baby, holding a baby. That corresponds with when Asher faded. So,
Does so Asher is missing the fleshy parts, if I
Yep.
understand correctly.
mhm.
Does Asher still appear to be, for lack of a better word, like functional conscious, or does this seem to be like dead?
Roll a engineering check.
Great. That's a 24.
Okay. Seems like he's not dead, just turned off. You could probably get him going if you were to spend a few minutes tinkering.
I think with not feeling like I can do anything else, I will try to wake up Asher.
Okay.
You know, as long as it's not like if I thought what it would take to turn him back on like required like opening him up and like doing stuff.
I mean,
Invasive stuff I wouldn't.
there's like a back panel, like you have like you're the techno wizard. You've got this understanding of technology and magic, and you can just see like there's a black panel that comes off not too difficult, semi-similar to Flamel's, but not. It isn't branded with Nicholas's stamp. You can remove it, and that you do see there's an inscription written on the back of that. But then there's just some wiring, some wires that have come loose. Just need to be resoldered, and he should be good.
Okay, what does the inscription say?
Inscriptions, excuse me.
Or if I don't understand it, do I recognize the writing?
Nope, you get it. It's in binary, so you get it. But it's like a condensed binary because this would take forever, and you know.
It's a
but
robot language. You understand it.
It says, "Happy early birthday to best older sister that we could hope for. We're sorry that things have turned out the way they are, but hopefully this gift will give you some hope and peace to know that we're not all against you. We know that Dad can be harsh sometimes, and we still are hoping that he has good intentions. But we look up to you and strive to be like you one day. Keep going on the journey. Keep us updated. Hopefully this gift will help you on your journey. It'll bring light and knowledge to things that you don't know." And then you can tell it's just like a shift in voice. Somebody else had wrote something, even though we know that you're the know-it-all and know everything.
Mhm.
But if you don't know anything, this has been programmed with everything that Dad should know, or everything that we were able to get from him. Use it well. We love and miss you. And then it has the numbers of all of Flamel's siblings.
Kind of stare at it for a minute. And then I'm just kind of if I have the tools for it right there, which then I would just kind of zone out as I solder wires back together.
Okay. Within a few minutes, Asher comes back online. This metallic skeleton, its eyes open up and blink. "Hello, how may I be of service?"
Asher?
Searching Asher. 6.3 trillion results for Asher. Would you like to narrow down the search for Asher?
No.
Search aborted. How may I be of assistance?
Linda's suddenly like, I should have waited.
Mel's letting Cade in. She's like, don't touch anything.
I broke him.
Is that Flamel talking to Cade saying don't touch anything or don't?
Yeah, she lets Cade into the house and she's like, just don't touch anything.
The moment you open the door, I'm just like, I wasn't planning on it. Oh,
Good.
okay. May I come in?
Are you gonna come in?
Okay, yes. It's not rude to enter without an invitation. And I walk in afterwards. I was like, okay.
He's a vampire. He's a vampire.
He's just very polite. Leave him alone.
Like, okay, well, apparently Chronicler's around here somewhere. I'm sure he'll be in the house in a minute. I don't know. I have stuff to do, and I just go back to the kitchen or wherever we were that we left Drusus and Asher.
Yeah, you
I
had
follow. I have nothing better to do.
just turned past, and you see Slinda's holding the back plate of Asher, and Asher is just sitting upright, but it's not Asher, it's just this metallic skeletal head that is just rotating, turns to you. How may I be of assistance?
Power off for now.
And lays back down and begins folding itself into just that little like small notepad.
Linda puts the cover back on. Doesn't say anything, but clearly, I mean, looks uncomfortable, overwhelmed, just confused. Just, all those not sure how to react to all this.
Hey, DM, to confirm, do I still have some of Umpo's blood?
Yes.
Okay. Flamel is just not looking at not Asher. And goes over to Druce's and she's opening up her stuff and sorting through to find Umpo's blood. And she's just... Something like this happened to Nicholas once, and I saved him, so I should be able to fix this. Maybe. And she's gonna pull out Umpo's blood and inject it into Drusus.
Huh.
Well, he's back. Andrew, you complete new character away.
I thought you said he's...
I already ripped up the character sheet I printed out. What?
Does
anything happen?
As you push Umple's blood into Drusus, it's difficult to do it with the stasis field go around. Like, your scan's going off, you can see that it's entering into his body, but then it's just kind of staying dormant at where it is.
Okay, well maybe it needs some blood circulation, so I'll just do some CPR to see if that jumpstarts any processes.
Okay. Again, forming some CPR as it begins moving through. As you're doing so, there's so many open wounds on Drusus that just any blood that was remaining is just being pumped out of it. Nothing seems to be changing.
Okay. I also still know how to make the Lazarus serum. If I take a look at that, does that seem like it would do anything? And also, how hard would it be to make?
It looks like it would be possible. It's possible that it could do something. I mean, you saw what it was doing. If you looked at the notes, difficulty of this extremely. It requires some very rare, precious elements and herbs and other ingredients that are far and few in between, spread throughout the galaxy. Like, this was a huge process that took years to develop, find, make, and try because of how rare these items were.
Okay. I have up in Flamel's room in this house. I have a stasis pod, right?
You do have one, yes. It's big.
Okay.
Double
And that
stasis, magic
should-
stasis, and science stasis.
Right?
Yes.
That should keep his body fresh indefinitely, right?
It would definitely help what Slunda has
At
done.
least semi-indefinitely.
Yeah, it will definitely
Okay.
help.
Okay. Well, there's still something. I might be able to make something that'll get him back or help but it's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna put him upstairs in the stasis pod there to keep him safe until I can fix this.
You want me
I'll
to
just-
carry him?
Pick him up. I just pick him up and head upstairs.
Yeah. As you begin carrying Drusus upstairs, all of these various fragmented memories, you don't know where these have come from, but they're shooting through your mind. Images of a young man. I mean, this looks like some set somewhere in the glassway, but it doesn't feel like the glassway. Fighting a group of people who look strange. You know, you would know, like a bugbear, a tiefling, a gnome. An image of a dwarven woman absolutely horrified at a massacre that had just happened by her hand, and there's just this feeling of what you had, and it catches you off guard, like of what you had done. This feeling of excitement and knowing that you, with anger, that you had caused her to do this. Images of you in this very strange and hot place. Fires all around. This search for wanting to be forgiven and changed, and doing everything in your path to do so. Images of Drusus losing his wife, or his almost soon-to-be wife, night of their wedding. Images of a future Drusus, that being Winder, very upset at what has to be done, but being a initiation rite that has been slightly changed for unknown reasons into the Omnitempore, killing a past version of his current wife, and knowing what that will mean. Confusion as to why there's still memories of her found within, as time has been erased from Morella. Feelings of excitement and promise as a future Drusus, knowing that there was a way to bring Arella back, and that Titus, the one that had wanted you to be in the Omnitempore, was leading and guiding you to, and helping you to become strong enough in order to do this. Images of you, and it's weird again. It's like you feel it slipping in between, like you're seeing Drusus's memories, and then it's now your own memories of you hunting down the naked Movarat version of Drusus, and him evading you, as that is still a future Drusus, trying to find one more to bring her back from being erased from time. A past that has been fragmented and should not have, and it's just kind of racking your brain as you're walking up the stairs and taking Drusus into your stasis chamber. When you make it there, your room it's so shiny, like it is almost on par with the Cyclohex.
Mhm.
Everything looks new. There's this brand new stasis chamber in there, or the one that you did have has been repaired. You can't quite tell, with all the equipment that was in there, but fully restored. but you're able to put Drusus into the containment, unlock it, and there Drusus waits his body for a time where you can find a way to bring him back.
I just like look at him for a minute. I'm just like, it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna figure out how to fix this. Everything is gonna be fine. Just hang in there. And then I leave.
Okay.
I go back downstairs. Everybody else is.
Okay. All of you are just gathered around the table. Bloop, you've made it back now. You've got back into our house. It's just this quiet, somber moment with everyone. It's very clean, Bloop.
Oh, I took Drusus's stuff, by the way. He's in there in basically like hospital scrubs. I took his stuff.
Okay.
Just imagine it.
So
like
his stuff's not in the
same
stasis pod.
style.
I come in and I greet everyone and I inform them and say, Winder is dead.
Not surprising.
And then I just kind of sit down in the corner.
Do you think every version of him is gone?
I think so.
Question: when you took his stuff off him, did you leave it up there with the body, or is it on the table?
Or is it on your person?
I have it in my bag.
Okay.
Who's this guy?
He jumped in the car. He's
I'd stick my hand
Chronicler
out.
sent him.
I go, I'm Kylus Benedictus. You could call me Cade.
Greetings, Cade.
My hand is just outstretched, waiting for someone's handshake.
I will reach with one of my hands to do the handshake.
No, will at the same time reach out her hand.
I will. I will look at both, and I'll go, and I'll like take my left hand, and I'll like turn it upside down for a second handshake at the same time, and I go, nice to meet you. Looks like this is everyone that Chronicler asked me to bring. Good. Perfect.
And he looks a bit like Drusus to me. Like,
Oh.
no, I'm asking. Like,
Oh, okay.
He's just a blonde
He wasn't
Defaran.
necessarily supposed to look like Drusus, but if you think about it from like a cultural perspective, then yeah, he would probably look very similar to Drusus. But
Yeah.
blonde-haired Empire boy.
But like Drusus in the memory, like an older Drusus from the memory that you all saw of his wedding day, right? Like,
Yeah.
not haggard, not tired, happy.
What Drusus
Oh,
could have
Imperial.
been.
This is actually exactly what Drusus would look like had he stayed in a happy life. If you're perceptive enough, you'd see there's even a wedding band on this man's hand. Like,
Aww. That's unfortunate given where you are now.
what do you mean?
So, Cade, are you... What, is Chronicler letting you out of here? Is that your payment?
What do you mean?
Glassway.
There's a way out? Well, that's good.
What is he paying you?
Paying me? No, he seemed like
Why are
this
you...
was the better side. After what was explained, I kind of landed here in the middle of a war zone. One moment I was exploring, we've just managed to get to space, and it's very interesting. And And then I wasn't in my ship anymore. And I was here, which was very strange, I must admit. This is not what I was expecting when the Emperor sent us all out. He said that there would be troubles and trials, but this is not what I was expecting.
Wait,
Um,
wait. Hold on, young sir. Young man.
Boy.
When are you from?
what do you mean?
What?
When are
What
you
year?
from?
What year was it when you left?
150
When you-
years after the first campaign, whatever year that would be.
Answer, you're here.
I see.
Answer
that's-
old calendar system
Is
here.
time being is the calendar system the same as it was at that time?
I was gonna say, I feel like it's not.
Nope.
Oh no, that's before. He's from before the Imperial Reckoning.
What do you
That's oh.
What do you mean?
No, he know if he
What?
knows the Emperor, we might have an in.
Yes, the Emperor sent. What?
You met him?
Well, of course, he sent each of us on this trip to each of the
Personally?
scouts. I mean, the Emperor designed the ships that were sent us into deep space. I'm wearing things crafted by the Emperor himself, but I like proudly hold up my hand and I'm like, he forged these rings for all of us so that we may survive in space. We would go long times without being able to land or do things. What do you mean? You're all saying very strange things, and I'm and you see like it's starting to like his like happy face is like starting to crackle. And he's like, I'm very what? What do you mean? You're not make. I'm very confused.
I
We are
will.
from a
This is a
time-
confusing place.
Oh boy. Yeah, Ewan, you do this. I don't want to.
Ewan, still shoving the morning away because that's for later. He has practice with this. Hey, this happened last time too.
I know. That's so sad. It makes me want to cry.
He will put a hand on this new guy's shoulder. He still hasn't fully caught the name yet because of stuff, but he'll put a hand on his shoulder and say, from when you were, did you ever read of magics that could mess with the flow of time?
Necromancy?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's more theoretical than anything else.
It's been cracked, mostly.
Guess what, young man? You just time traveled.
More than the usual 60 seconds per minute.
Well, but wasn't it that this place is outside of time, though?
Yeah, time
There's
doesn't
that
exist
too.
here.
So
Wait,
when he goes back, then he goes back to his time.
Does
You
he?
just
Does
just
he?
stepped aside from the flow of time to come to this place, whether you intended to or not.
I found this gift too
when
late, by the way.
when you come out is a different question. The time we are from, most of us anyway, I'll say looking at the oldest person in the room, other than Rosie, because I don't know how old Rosie is. We are from a time far, far in your future. You're using an outdated calendar system, to our reckoning.
his left eye is like twitching a little bit.
No,
Don't worry. I come from about the same time you do, just a little bit older.
I'm going to do a no-look reach the tea that I had been brewing, because what else was there to do after examining something that had magics beyond my ken? I'm like, just kind of not. I'm going to socially teleport the tea into his hand, if that makes
Slide
sense.
it on in there.
Yeah.
Just like he doesn't even realize that he's holding it, so he's gonna automatically take a drink, but he doesn't. His cognition hasn't caught up with that yet.
So, are you from before or after the Emperor sealed off all the planes?
That is a good question.
Well, the Emperor. What Emperor are you talking about?
Prometheus. Oh, do I know that name? Do I know that his name is Prometheus?
Prometheus is the name of the emperor that we know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Prometheus.
So
Prometheus.
you're part of. You were part of the.
Far in the future, dude. Far in the future. Well, for us. You were talking to him. Never mind.
I go up to him. I put both of my blobby hands on either side of his face. It's been 37,000 years.
And with that, that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh,
The cup just drops. But fun fact, he wouldn't instinctually drink from the cup. He hasn't eaten since he started his journey.
No, that's fair.
Oh. Interesting.
He requires no food or drink.